everybody. How you doing? We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland, and we are live from the small RV show, the Super Bee small RV show, and we are in Glendale, Arizona, and this is actually the University of Phoenix Stadium. And this is the second day of the show. The show runs all the way through Sunday. And we are here to sort of answer your small RV questions. You can see behind us all of the RVs. And we have a little fun with this right now. We're basically running a little contest. And if you can guess how many RVs are on the floor of the stadium here, we'll have a prize. We'll come back to that in a couple of minutes. And we should hide so they can't count them behind us. Now, I want to say right at the start, for all of you who wonder why Red Zone reads backwards behind me, it's a fluke that Facebook Live has when you are on a front-facing camera, and that's what we have. So that's pretty good. All right, we got a question from Dan, and Dan's guessing 227 units on the floor. Nope, that's not right, Dan. All right, what we talked about is we're going to have a contest, and we're going to give away a $300 GoSun solar cooker. This is a really class thing. It cooks by the sun, and
they can go online, read about it.
You can go online, search GoSun, and I'm not going to tell you the correct answer because, but I will tell you that you got to answer it in this Q&A. Somebody answered on the T's, and you got to answer it in this little live shot right here, and then we will announce on the blog here, or on the Facebook group, we'll announce the actual number and who the winners are, and then we'll make sure you send us the address.
But I was wondering what the rules were. How
I'm making them up as I go along. Okay. I don't know. So the rules are kind of like, guess how many are out there on the floor, and you, I got to tell you right now, I know you have to have an exact guess because we did get one guess that's exact someplace along the line, not on this one, but in an earlier thing. So I'm sure we're going to have somebody figure it out. And if there are multiple guesses of the correct number, we'll send multiple GoSun solar arrays out there. So I see you're putting in the numbers. I'm not going to respond to them other than to say that we'll announce in a separate post later on who the winners are and how many there are. This is, as we said, somebody said 44. Now, Linda, doesn't that look like more than 44 to you? There's a lot more than 44 out there. We are up on the second deck, and thanks to Verizon Wireless, by the way, that is how we are getting this signal out. The Verizon 4G network has just done a great job. Everybody else in there is going, I can't get a signal. I said, that's because you're not on Verizon. That's how we're able to get our signal out here. So we're going to step a little closer to the camera, so you can't count those units behind us. We don't want them counting them. Wish you could see this setup. This is balanced on a...
Recycle.
I'll show you. Yeah, this is balanced on a Coca-Cola recycle bin here at the stadium, so I don't have to hold the camera. If it falls off, you'll know why. You'll know exactly why. And I think it's on. Jennifer's so worried. It's a little. I better hang it. All right, so we're here to answer your questions about the RV lifestyle. Jennifer and I, as many of you know, have been on the road for about 5 years. We're not full-timers. We like to see our grandkids, and we kind of go back and forth all over the country. But we're on the road a lot. We are on the road a whole lot. So it's been real fun. We'll answer. Oh, Linda said she left a 4 off. Okay, Linda. I was worried about you there. This show is sponsored by La Mesa RV. And I think I misidentified yesterday the states that La Mesa is in. La Mesa is one of the biggest RV dealers in the country. Let's see if I can get the states right. They're in Florida, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. And I believe I didn't miss any states, but they have multiple dealerships all around there. They are...
All of these belong to...
Yeah, all of these RVs belong to them. And you can see how many there are behind us. This is the Cardinals Stadium for the Arizona Cardinals football team.
And a beautiful stadium it is.
And something else I misidentified yesterday when we did our first live shot, we had to go outside to get a signal, and I said, oh, there's the practice field. Well, that's what I'm used to back in my Michigan home with the Detroit Lions. Oh, that's where they practice. No. it's the real playing field outside, and it's on an actual, it's like 2 feet of grass, turf, and then it's on a platform, and the platform rolls in across the stadium floor. It's just amazing. It is pretty neat. So that's how that works. So that's where we are, and that's who's sponsoring this show. Now, at this show are small RVs. They are Class Bs, Class Cs, and B pluses, and I think there's a couple of others that are in the category of a Super C, which is a real large Class C. We're doing videos that will go on our YouTube channel about all of those. What's a B, what's a C, what's a B plus. So for those of you who are just starting off, you'll be able to know. So what have your thoughts been so far on the show, dear? You've been out wandering about.
I have enjoyed looking at the Winnebagos and all the different types of Class Bs.
Here's a question from Linda. I have a 2016 F-150. Will be traveling as a single person. I can't read. Somebody else is covering you up. Something else came up over that. So, if you have a 2016 F-150, you probably are going to have a towable that you're going to tow, or you're going to use, I think, I don't know if a 150 will handle a fifth wheel or not, but I'm sorry, I can't really read your, let's see if I can do it. I don't want to, okay. See if I can read the question. All right. Trying to figure out, should I get a slide on or a pull behind? May want to spend a lot of time in mind. Suggestions. Okay. Well, that is with your F-150. So you're going to tow something, and slides would be probably a fifth wheel. There are some trailers, towable trailers, that have slides as well. And if you are going to tow something, I would probably suggest with an F-150 that you might want to look at just a regular towable trailer, 21, 24 feet, something like that. If it's just one person, you'll have plenty of room in that, unless you're going to be full-time. If you're going to be full-time, you may want to go up to a fifth wheel, which is a little bigger and does have the slides, have more slides. But fifth wheels, we have found, generally should use a 250, at least the F-250 to pull. So I don't know if that helps a whole lot. Here's a question from Joe. And Jennifer, you answer that. My wife and I love the road trucks, but my concern is storage. Do you have enough in your unit?
How long are you going to be gone?
Yeah.
Are you planning on living in it full time? Are you going to go away for a month, 6 weeks? It depends on how long you're going to be on the road. And you just take a few things. Everybody tends to take too much. And you don't need all that stuff. You really don't.
Yeah,
you can buy things you need along the road.
Yeah.
You don't need as much as you think you do.
We first started off, Joe, we carried, say we're going to go for 2 weeks, we would carry, each of us, 10 days worth of clothes. And we would carry, heavy winter jackets and lightweight jackets, bathing suits, and multiple
that's good,
shoes.
Because we live in Michigan.
Yeah,
you need
you
a
never
summer
know.
jacket, a winter jacket, a raincoat.
But generally, we've now learned that you need a 3-day supply of clothes. And you can wear a lot of the clothes 2 days in a row, No, I do not take my underwear out and wear it inside out the second day. I do change that every day. Some people don't. But, you usually can find a place in a campground where you can wash the stuff. 3 days may be not quite enough for some of you. The nice thing is you have a wardrobe and you can keep a lot of stuff in there that's pressed. We always take one good outfit for church, or if we are invited out to dinner someplace, we have to look good.
You always want a good outfit.
Yep, and tennis shoes, hiking boots, one pair of dress shoes. That's for me. Jennifer has 14 pair of shoes and 17 pair of sandals.
Oh no, I'm not a typical female.
No, you don't carry that much at all. But we've learned just to pack. You don't need nearly as much as you think. Food.
I am used to traveling with a man who we did freelance television, where I had one carry-on bag.
That's all we had.
And we
forever.
would be gone for a week or 2 weeks with one carry-on bag. So
Multiple
I'm used
countries
to things
and, yeah.
not matching comfort.
Yeah.
I'm not a heavy packer.
Yep, and that's so. So Joe, to answer that question, we have enough room. It works out pretty good, and you learn real quick not to overpack, and it goes. Linda has a question. Thinking about work camping. I'm 62 and have degrees in horticulture. Maybe a park assistant ranger. Maybe with a county park or a state park, I know it's a little more difficult on national parks to be to get that kind of a position. A lot of them do have seasonal work though, and you could certainly touch that. We have on the podcast coming up this week. I think it's this week. We've interviewed a couple who talk about finding jobs on the road. And they're more than just cleaning up campgrounds. There's a lot of jobs, and she talks. The interview that we do, and that'll be on either this episode or the following week. I'm not sure. I might change it for an interview we just did here on the show floor, but that's coming up. But a lot of people do work camping. There's a lot of jobs out there, and a lot of them. There are actually some pretty good jobs. If you're good with technology, there's a lot of things you can do with an internet connection, but I would think that you'd have no problem at all finding a job in a park as a naturalist or as an interpreter, a naturalist interpreter at a park. Would you?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a need. You just got to find that right spot.
Yeah. So hopefully that will answer it. A lot of people, and by the way, a couple of questions we've had are people for single women who are traveling. That is a huge market. We had a salesman tell us the other day.
Isn't it about 20% of the Class Bs are single women?
Yeah, a salesman the other night told us 20% of the customers that he sells Class Bs to are single women, widowers, or just single women who are traveling alone. And so
there are groups for single women?
Yeah, and single men. There's Sisters on the Fly, which is all kinds of different RVs, and that's a lot of fun. And you can try that, but don't let being a solo traveler put you off. That you'll have no problem at all with that. It's all good. So that's some of the questions that we want to answer. Now, again, I know some people are just tuning in. Where are we? We're at the Super Bee RV show at the University of Phoenix in Glendale, Arizona. And I answer the question you all ask is how come those words are reversed? It's because we're using the front-facing camera, and Facebook Live somehow doesn't translate that to the proper screen. I am actually, this is my right shoulder. It's your left, right? But it's my right. So that's why it is. Now, if I go to the forward-facing camera, everything is good and you can read it.
If I can just add for that woman traveling by herself, we've talked to enough women out there on the road, and people are so friendly. If you're a little bit nervous, you camp in a campground, and how friendly people are. It's just a big family. I laugh sometimes that when you're at the big campgrounds, everybody's got their toothbrush in hand and their pajamas, in the morning, and it's like a great big family, and it's very welcoming and loving to people who are by themselves.
Yeah.
I've talked to women, and they say it is not a problem. They don't feel nervous. They're not frightened
I'm sure
at all
even
by
even
it.
probably watching us right now are some single women travelers, and jump in and note it. Let's see, somebody's talking. Let me pull that, see if I can reach that down a little bit. Robert wants to know, it looks like Road Trek is switching to the Aldi system in the RS E-Trek. Do you find Aldi easier to use than Webesto? It's Webesto is the other thing. Well, Robert, we have the Aldi system. We have the one that Jennifer and I travel with is a Road Trek CS Adventurous XL, 18 inches longer. And it has the Aldi system. We love it because it gives us this silent heat. It's a radiant heat. It's kind of like you have, what is it, baseboard heat?
Yeah, it'd be more like that. It's not a blower. It's not forced air.
Yeah, it's not forced air like you have in many RVs, and it really works good. We like that a lot, that Aldi system, and I think in the E-Trek they may be switching to it. I don't know if it's the whole models, but we liked it. We've had the Webasto too, but the difference with Webasto is it made a lot of noise. It's that propane, that constant noise, and there's no noise at all, none with the Aldi, and it's very efficient too. I don't want to give a commercial because they're a sponsor of the podcast, but we do like it, and we like it a lot. So,
yeah.
So that's good. Beverly's got a guest of numbers, and let me just kind of repeat that. People Janet says she loves her 190. People are putting numbers down if you're just tuning in and wondering. That's because we're going to give away some prizes. If you can guess how many RVs, small RVs, are on the floor of the stadium, the University of Phoenix Stadium today, if you have the right number, the absolutely right number, we'll send you we'll get you a free $300 value GoSun solar cooker. It is really a cool device. we used these solar cookers at a road trekking gathering we did up at Beartooth Mountains in Montana, and we had a cookout where we did kind of a contest who could come up with the best dish, and they cooked everything from beef stroganoff to fancy appetizers. These things are really cool, and it uses the sun to do the cooking. And it's a great, if you do RVing or camping, these are great things to have. And if the power goes out, they're great things to have. Worth $300, and if you can get the exact number out there, we will send it to you. Once again, the rules are, I'm not going to announce it on this show because somebody will write it underneath, and then they'll say, I did it. So I will come back after the show is posted and you see it on the Facebook Live or the Facebook page. I will then let you know who won. Right. And if there's multiple guesses of the exact number, multiple people will win. So there you go. That's where we are there. I had a question that I was going to ask that I lost because we got talking as the numbers were coming in. But you mentioned all the single women out there. One question a lot of people ask us, even today people ask us, is because we do a lot of boondocking where we camp not in a campground, but we camp outside a organized campground, just in the BLM land out west or federal forest, national forest, and they want to know if we're safe. Do we feel safe?
We feel safe, and we have gone to campgrounds, and there might be one other camper there, one other vehicle, and you will say, I don't feel comfortable, and we move on. So you go with your instincts.
You know, a lot of people, I don't want to get into gun control because that's a hot button. There's three things we don't talk about: gun control, politics, religion. You just get arguments. But people have always said, do you ever feel vulnerable out there? And no, we don't. And we've had one bad incident ourselves. We had a break-in 2 years ago on the Illinois side of the Mississippi River near St. Louis.
In a busy parking lot
at noon. We did nothing wrong. And, you know, sometimes that happens. It just happens. And it hasn't changed us one bit. We haven't gotten all paranoid. We just have, and we've never had a bad experience out in the woods, never had a bad experience camping at all. So traveling and boondocking is nothing I don't think you have to worry about. I worry more about just, you know, traveling around inside major cities in my own personal car than I do in the RV. So don't know if that helps, but I think other people can kind of share that with you, that those who do it, they just love traveling that way. Yeah. So again, your challenge is to guess how many RVs there are. This is what they call the Super Bee Show. And let me just again explain that there are different classes of motorhomes. The great big skyscrapers are called Class A motorhomes. And there are none of those here today. This is all devoted to smaller motorhomes. Class A motorhomes are generally owned by people who want to park them and put them in one spot and stay there for extended periods of time. Maybe snowbirds, you know? You go there and you park it. I had talking to somebody the other day, and they went someplace. They plan on staying there for 3 weeks, and then they would travel and see everything in that area in that 3-week time, and then they'd move on to another spot, and that's great. And a lot of people, there's many more full-timers than a Class A, because I mean they're the size of a house. Amazing. Yeah, they have washers, dryers, fireplaces. Yeah. King-size sleep number beds.
And I would not drive if we had a Class A. If we had one of those great big things, I would not drive it.
And they are really nice. Here's somebody. I'll come back. That's a Class A. But let me answer Fran's question before it disappears. She wants to camp out west. Any concerns about critters? No, but you know you're in bear country. Yeah, if you're out in the desert, shake your shoes.
Scorpions.
If you're out, take your shoes off and leave them outside the vehicle. Shake them out before you put them on. Scorpions, you got to watch out for. We've never seen a poisonous snake in our travels.
Oh, we were at one campground in Arizona, and there was a great big stick in the corner, and I'm looking at the stick.
This is in the laundry room of a campground.
Well, I was working out. There was a treadmill.
Oh, it was an exercise room at a campground near Tucson.
Yeah, and there's a great big stick, and that was to get the snakes out if they slithered in while you're in there working out.
Didn't they have a sign on the door that says, make sure you shut the door so snakes don't slither in?
Yeah, and there wasn't any air conditioning in this exercise area, and I thought, okay, I can either die from the heat or I can open the door and take my chances with the snakes.
Yeah.
I opened the door.
Yeah, she opened the door. Well, we've never seen a poisonous snake. We've had buffalo walk through our campsite, bison in Yellowstone.
Oh, that's a funny story too. Deer. making me
Oh,
think
deer.
we were
Lots
at
of deer.
Zion.
No problems with them.
And there were deer walking through the campsite, and our last dog,
This
Ty.
is Zion National Park. you're
Zion
talking about
National
now.
Park, and we had deer going through our campsite, and I didn't want my dog to bark. And I looked at Ty and I said, Ty, dog, dog. And he looked at me, and then he looked at those deer, and then he just started barking.
He knew they weren't dogs.
He
She
knew
was
they
just
were
saying they're
dogs.
dogs.
But he did think about it for a
These
second.
are pretty tame deer at Zion. They're used to hanging around out there. Yeah, Fran says she's going to shake her shoes. Yeah, shake your shoes, Fran. We've had bear, you know, and we've seen bear. And when you're out west, particularly outside, you always should carry bear spray. Bear spray is much
Yes.
more effective than a gun.
And I
Don't
think you
take
have
a
to get
gun.
new bear spray every year.
I think it's,
or every
yeah.
you check the date.
We had an interview with a guy about being bear aware on the podcast. If you look at past episodes of the podcast, and I think he said they last a couple of years, more than a year. But
Okay, but
get bear spray. It's like $49 a can, but
Yeah.
it's been proven much more effective than a firearm, and that's what you want to carry when you're
don't
in
carry
bear
a
country.
whistle.
Yeah, whistles just kind of like call them. Hey, humans are calling me. So whistles are crazy and all of that stuff. So here's somebody who says, we love our RS Adventurous. Glendale show looks good. It is a great show. Now, it's been nice because yesterday and today the crowds haven't been really big. It's pretty busy here tomorrow on a Saturday, but it's really, I think they've sold 12 units yesterday at this show, and they're selling a lot today. There's a few more people. We're meeting a lot of people who follow the blog or the podcast, and it's really been fun to meet some
It
folks.
has been fun, and visiting with the people, the different dealers.
Oh yeah, and you learn a lot about the industry. All right, so we started off talking about a Class A, and I think we answered what that is. And then there is the next size down is not a B. Why they did this, I don't know. It's a Class C, and a Class C technically is. I guess I wonder if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in, and I'll show you a Class C because they do have Class Cs here. I'm going to switch the camera angle. So now by the way, notice that you can see everything right. So where is the Class C? There's a bunch way out here. I shouldn't show this too long. People are going to start counting. Okay, these are Class
freeze frame it.
Cs. Yeah. Let's see if I can focus a little better. I zoomed in. Those are all Class Cs. Those are B pluses right there, and B pluses are a little wider, and they have a little longer frame. And these are the Road Treks down in here, and these Road Treks are all Class Bs. Those are Class Bs that you can see
Then
from
the
Road
Winnebagos,
Treks.
a little bit of
Those are
everything.
Road Treks that are all lined up, and then Heimer Motor Coach. Heimer is also the owning company of Road Trek. Heimer, Erwin Heimer Group of North America, and then they make the Road Trek brand and the Heimer Active brand. But those are Class Bs. They're what you'd call the camper van. And you can see back in there, there's some Winnebagos. I gotta watch this. I better be careful here. You're gonna start counting, and somebody's gonna get the right number. So I better put it back on us. Anyway, so a B, a C is kind of a cab over.
Over the.
Cab over. It's generally under 26 feet, although there's a Super C, and we saw one that was over 30 feet. All right, I think we came back. Did we come back? Yep. We had a brief interruption there, so hopefully we're back live again. Sometimes there's too many.
And we're on again.
Now we're on again. So we've answered B. B plus are a little longer than the B, and the C is bigger than the B. Did I make any sense at all? I think we kind of were a little disjointed, and I noticed we've lost our signal a couple of times here. All right, we're going to wrap it up, and we will be back again at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Saturday, and we'll have we'll try and do another contest. But your question, this is your last call. As soon as this goes off, the entries are over. It's your last call to guess how many. And Kathy Chanteau, I already owe you a.
We've got one for
grill.
you, Kathy.
We'll bring you one in Florida next week. We've got one in the back for you and Les. But the rest of you who are wondering about how many are on the floor, your last chance. You've got to get the exact number. And if you get the exact number, we'll send you out.
Did Kathy guess the right number?
No, she
Okay.
did not guess the right number. I should, since somebody knows now that's not the right number.
Well,
Yeah,
so there's two numbers that aren't right.
Yeah, that's right. And Dale's number's not right either, so we can kind of go. Dale's, I guess, the 175. I know we have one winner that I saw from someplace today. I won't go any further than that. But we're giving you another chance to kind of guess how many they are, and the winner gets a solar grill worth about $300. Thanks to the folks here at the stadium for letting us kind of get up. They've got this whole area closed off, but they let us come up to hang out here, and
what a beautiful stadium it is. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I mentioned that at the very top, that the turf actually comes out those doors back there and rolls across the floor, and it's not AstroTurf, it's real grass, and it's grown outside, and it's getting in the sun, and then on game day it takes a couple hours, but they bring it in, and it holds out there. So there we go. I know a lot of you are still asking questions. We've got a lot of videos we shot here that we'll be putting on our YouTube RV Lifestyle channel. And before we leave, I want to just give a plug for that. We've been working hard on that for the last couple of months. I had been using YouTube just to host our videos. I had no organization, and then I would post it on the blog. But now we've kind of made the channel a sort of destination. All of our videos are there. They're organized in what are called playlists and by category. So we invite you to kind of go and take a look and see what you can find. Somebody says you're referring to the Sunlight brand. No, I'm not referring to the Sunlight brand at all. I have no idea what a Sunlight is.
Could be.
There are no Sunlights here. I'm talking about Roadtrex and Hymer. Hymer has the active brand. That's the only one they sell in the U.S. But there are other brands from Winnebago and from Leisure Travel Van here. There's a brand new Class C from Tiffin Motorhomes. But I don't know what the Sunlight brand is. So Road Trekking Tony, have no idea. But they're not here. I can tell you that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Our YouTube channel, if you want to look it up, it's Mike and Jennifer's RV Lifestyle channel. Go to YouTube, search Mike and Jennifer's RV Lifestyle channel, and I'm going to come up with a contest there for everyone who subscribes to that channel this weekend, between today and tomorrow. I'm going to pick a couple of random people and send them free road trekking hats for our new sign-ups on our Facebook group. We've been using it just to host our videos. Now we've organized them and made it kind of a video destination. So you'll see a lot more. Mike and Jennifer's YouTube or RV Lifestyle channel. I can't remember that on YouTube, and we'd love to see you on there. Thank you guys so much. You are awesome, and we'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday with another report from up here.
So I'm curious, has anybody hit the number right? I mean, how are you keeping track of this? I'm
just looking at the numbers as they post them. When I did the teas, somebody got the number right. Okay. And and I guess in terms of people we're guessing, we've got a lot of guesses, and we have at least one number. Somebody guessed it correctly, but I've not seen any in the last. So is it over as soon as we say goodbye? It is over as soon as we say goodbye. So if you didn't get the right number in now, tomorrow we will have another contest, and I don't know what we're going to give away, but we'll give away more of the grills. Yeah, we can give away some more of the grills if we have them. We've got a bunch of grills that we were told we could get rid of. So keep your fingers crossed. We'll have another contest tomorrow. But those of you who do get a grill, you are really getting a good deal. These are beautiful grills, and they're just so much fun to cook with. So. Anyway, it was just kind of fun to do this. We want to thank you guys so much, and if you are in the Southwest area, please come visit us. As you can see, the whole stadium floor is filled with Class B and small RVs, and great prices. There's free admission and free parking as well. So if you're in the Phoenix area or anywhere in the Southwest, come and say hi. We had a couple, Randy and Jerry from Salt Lake City, who came over to say hi to us today, and we really enjoyed visiting with them. And we would enjoy visiting with you too. Thank you guys so much for watching. And see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Don't be late.